Hello viewers, I am Deepti. Today I am going to discuss Specimen paper given by Council for the year 2023-24 for the subject History Civics Geography paper number 1, which is History Civics. In my previous video, I have already discussed part 1 with you. Today we are going to discuss section A from part 2, which is from your civics portion, which has 3 questions of equal weightage, 1 question from Union Legislature, 1 from Union Executive and last from Judiciary. Out of these 3 questions, you need to attempt only 2 questions. So question number 3 is, the Union Legislature of India is not only the lawmaking body but the center of all democratic political processes. With reference to the Parliament, answer the following questions. Part 1 is, mention any 3 circumstances under which the Lok Sabha can make laws on a subject in the state list. You know that normally Lok Sabha cannot make laws for the topics written in state list. So the circumstances under which Lok Sabha can make laws on a subject in the state list are, first part is during the proclamation of an emergency. Second is when the Rajya Sabha passes a resolution by a 2/3 majority that is subject in the state list has assumed national importance. Third part is when 2 or more states are of the opinion that Parliament should legislate on a subject given in the state list. The Parliament makes an act on that subject, but that would be applicable only to the consenting states. जिन states ने कहा है act बनाने के लिए, सिर्फ उन्हीं पर applicable होगा. Last is, during the president's rule in a state, the Parliament not only passes the laws on the state subject, but also passes the state budget. Coming to part number 2. Mention any 3 financial powers of the Union Parliament. मैंने 4 बताए हैं, आपको कोई 3 points उसमें से choose करने हैं. Here also, financial powers of the Parliament are, part 1 is passing of the annual budget. The Parliament passes the Union budget containing the estimates of receipts and expenditure. कितना आएगा, कितना जाएगा of the government for the financial year in 2 parts, namely the railway budget and the general budget. Second is salaries. The salaries and allowances of the MPs and ministers are determined by the Parliament. Third is vote on account. This device authorizes the executive to draw funds from the consolidated fund until the budget is passed by the Parliament for the new financial year, that is from April 1 till the budget is finally passed by the Parliament. तो इसमें vote on account से जो executive वो पैसे निकाल सकते हैं, funds ले सकते हैं. Last is supplementary grants और permission for taxes, आप इनको भी explain कर सकते हैं. Third part is, the speaker plays a key role in maintaining order and ensuring the smooth functioning of the Lok Sabha. Mention any 4 functions of the speaker to support this statement. Previous दोनों पार्ट जो थे वो 3 मार्क्स के थे, तो आपको 3 पॉइंट्स थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करके देने हैं. ये 4 मार्क्स का आपको 4 फंक्शंस थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करके देने हैं. The functions of the speaker of the Lok Sabha are, he, फर्स्ट हेडिंग हम देंगे, जितने भी 4 मार्क हैं उसमें हेडिंग देने की जरूर कोशिश कीजिए. द बिजनेस ऑफ द हाउस, ही रेगुलेट्स द प्रोसीडिंग्स एंड डिबेट्स इन द हाउस. First, he presided over its meetings, allot times for discussion, and all remarks and speeches are addressed to the speaker. Second, he decides about the admissibility of all questions, resolutions, and adjournment motions. Third, he decides whether a bill is a money bill or an ordinary bill. आप 2 सब points ले सकते हैं एक heading के लिए. Second heading है administrative functions. The speaker receives all petitions and documents in the house. Second, he communicates the decisions of the house to the concerned authorities. Third, he regulates the admission of visitors and press correspondents to the galleries of the house. Third heading is disciplinary functions. First is to maintain order in the house. He may name a member for suspension, or in case of grave disorder, he may adjourn the house. Second, he may order to expunge word or words from a debate if it is unparliamentary in his opinion. He decides whether there is a case for a matter relating to a breach of privilege or contempt of the house. Last heading is supervisory control over parliamentary committees. He is the ex officio chairman of some of the committees of the House, such as Rules Committee and Business Advisory Committee. Second, he appoints chairman of all the committees of the House. Third, he issues directions to the chairman in all matters relating to their working and procedure. तो यहाँ पर ये क्वेश्चन आपका यूनियन लेजिस्लेचर से लिया गया था, जो पेपर में भी लिया जाएगा. स्पेसिमेन पेपर का मतलब होता है सेम इसी फॉर्मेट पे आपका फाइनल पेपर सेट होता है. तो आपको इसी के अकॉर्डिंगली क्वेश्चंस प्रिपेयर करने हैं. इनके मार्क्स चेंज हो सकते हैं, टॉपिक थोड़ा बहुत इंटरचेंज हो सकते हैं, बट रहेगा वो इसी चैप्टर से. Question number 4 is from Union Executive. The President is the nominal head of the executive, the first citizen of the country, as well as the Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Armed Forces. With reference to this, answer the following questions. Part 1 is mention any 3 qualifications required for a person to be nominated to the post of the President. A person shall be eligible to be nominated for the post of President if he. Part 1 is a citizen of India, should have his name in the electoral rolls in some part of the country. Second, has completed the age of 35 years and should not be of unsound mind, should not be a proclaimed criminal. कोई भी आप 3 points choose कर सकते हैं. Mention any 3 discretionary powers of the President. There are certain grey areas where the President may have to use his wisdom and judgment. These discretionary powers are: first is appointment of the Prime Minister in a situation where no single party commands a clear majority, clear support of the majority of the Lok Sabha members, and there is a hung parliament. Second, appointment of the Prime Minister in case of sudden death of the current Prime Minister. Third, the President can dismiss ministers in case the Council of Ministers lose the confidence of the House but refuses to resign. Third, describe the procedure of impeachment of the President. Because this part is of 4 marks, so you need to explain the whole impeachment process here. President may, for the violation of the Constitution, be removed from the office by the process of impeachment. When a president is to be impeached for violation of the Constitution, either House of the Parliament can level the charge as follows. Case 1. Resolution which is moved after at least 14 days notice in writing, signed by not less than 1/4 of the total members of the House. Second, the resolution is passed by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the total membership of the House. B part, when a charge has been so preferred by either House of the Parliament, the other House will investigate the charge and the President has the right to appear and to be represented at such an investigation. Third, if as a result of the investigation, a resolution is passed by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the total membership of the House by which the charge was investigated, declaring that the charge has been sustained, such a resolution will have the effect of removing the President from his office. So last question from this section A is from the judiciary. The Supreme Court of India is the supreme judicial authority and the highest court of the Republic of India. It is the final court of appeal for all civil and criminal cases. With reference to the Supreme Court, answer the following. Who appoints the judges of the Supreme Court? Mention any 2 qualifications required for a person to be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court. So who appoints? Every judge of the Supreme Court is appointed by the President of India in consultation with the judges of Supreme Court and High Courts. Besides the Council of Ministers, of course, along with the Chief Justice of India. Consult hoga. A judge of Supreme Court must be a citizen of India and have the following other qualifications. Must have been a judge of 1 or more high courts for consecutive 5 years, or be an advocate of 1 or more high courts for 10 consecutive years, or be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President. Second part is explain the term original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court with any 2 examples. Original jurisdiction means the authority and power of the Supreme Court to hear a case in the first instance directly. That is, those cases which cannot be moved in any court other than the Supreme Court. The original and exclusive jurisdiction of the Supreme Court extends to the following cases. Part 1 is interpretation of the Constitution in case of dispute between the Union government and 1 or more states. Second, interpretation of the Constitution in case of dispute between two or more states' interests relating to some justiciable right. Third, the Supreme Court has the exclusive jurisdiction to determine the constitutional validity of the union laws. Such cases are debated by a majority of full constitutional bench of 7 judges. And last, for the enforcement of fundamental rights, you can also explain this point. And last, third part from this question number 5 is name any 4 writs issued by the Supreme Court. So writs are an written order from the Supreme Court or High Court for the enforcement of any of the fundamental rights. The following writs are issued by the Supreme Court. First is habeas corpus. It means to have the body. It provides a remedy to a person held unlawfully in prison or in police custody. If the cause is insufficient, the detained person is released immediately. Thus, it provides a great safeguard for the personal freedom of a citizen. Second writ is prohibition. This is an order passed to a lower court to stop proceedings in a case which might be in excess of the jurisdiction of the lower court. It is preventive in nature as it is issued when certain proceedings are going on. Third is quo warranto. It means by what order. This is issued to stop an unqualified person from holding a public office illegally by usurpation. This writ asks such a person to explain as to by what authority he held that particular office. Thus, it prevents public officers from forcibly or wrongly holding a high public office. Next is certiorari. This is an order issued by Supreme Court to a judicial authority desiring to be informed of what is going on. The nature of this writ is remedial and it is issued after the order has already been passed by the lower court. And last is mandamus, means we command. This is issued to command an inferior court or a public body to perform its duty. So with this we come to the end of this section A of part 2. In my next video I will cover section B of this part. Thanks for watching till the end. Keep watching, sharing and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. With this I conclude my today's video. In my next video I will definitely cover section B of this part 2. Thank you for watching till the end. Keep watching, sharing and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.